It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Cards and the Colts, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. With Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. Happy to welcome you to week 2 of 3 here in the preseason. And this is the week, Brock, where a lot of players, they're not just fighting their opponents out there anymore, but they're fighting each other for the roster spots remaining as we look ahead to the final week of the preseason.
Yeah, that's well said, Kate. And every coach will say the same thing across all 32 teams. Don't count numbers.
Yeah.
Don't look around the room.
Yeah.
Don't look at anybody else. Just worry about doing your job. But when you're outside the top 40 or so, you know it. You know you're on the bubble, and your performance.
The punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, has it teed up and ready to go. And here we go from Indy. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by the 60-year pro and former #1 overall pick out of Oklahoma, Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, and he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Kwity Paye there to take him down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Leading them out in his 6th NFL season since being picked 6th overall, Daniel Jones.
Jones has had a tumultuous career. That's with a capital T, by the way, that continues to have some ups and downs. Maybe part of that's playing under the bright lights in the big city of New York, but he's had some tough outings. He's had some brilliant outings. He's had some ups. He's had some downs, but he did take a team to the playoffs, and he's got to use that experience, build off of that confidence to do it again.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They go again with Taylor. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Taylor again. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Pistol now for Jones. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. And there's an extra DB out there on the field now for the Cardinals. 3rd down coming. From the shotgun, it's Jones. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. Taylor now up the middle. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Blitz coming for Jones. That one finds Josh Downs. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. Offense marching it downfield on their opening drive. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 47. Working from the gun. Here's Jones. This one finds Taylor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Pressure comes, Jones. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Again, Jones to the air. Hauled in by Downs. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. Another shot for Taylor. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. A pickup of 4. That brings up 3rd and goal. Taylor. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Call it a gain of 2 that time, and it leaves him only a yard away on 4th and goal.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Trying an inside give to Herbert. And their first drive won't end in points after all. He stopped, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
Now we get set to see the Cardinal offense for the 2nd time. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. 1st and 10, Murray. McBride hauls it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That's good for 7 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a Cardinals first down.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. Murray on third down. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be first down, Arizona. Connor on the inside give. And he's got this down to the 40. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Right back to Connor. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. It's Benson on the give. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Cardinals first down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He brings it in. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Here's Kyler to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Cardinals go up 6-0 here in the first. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Colts with their offense out, their second drive coming up. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. Taken in by Pierce. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Jones. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Now Jones. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's Jones to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. To throw. Here's Jones. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And it'll be Cardinals football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Running to start this drive with Connor. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 36. Has the connection to Jones. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. And on 3rd down, the Colts going with the nickel here. From the gun, it's Murray. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun handoff to Connor. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner. It's a pickup of a yard, and that is how our 1st quarter will end. They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of 1. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Kyler throwing here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Kyler looking to throw. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. It's caught, Warren. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Now a toss play, Taylor. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Jones now on 3rd down. Throw complete to Warren. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
The Colts are ready for the punt. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. Man, it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. This is Connor. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Kenny Moore there to make the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. It's Connor again. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Kenny Moore there to make the stop. Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Connor trying the right side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
The Cardinals out for the punt. Blake Gillikin will kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Colts will take over. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. He'll cobble together a yard there. Zaven Collins in on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, here's Jones. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. A 1st down carry for Connor. And they had that one contained right at the line. Kwity Paye there to take him down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. A give right side to Connor. He's contained at the line for no gain. Kwity Paye there to take him down. No gain that time, and now they'll face 3rd and 11. Now Kyler. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Jones. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Blitz coming for Jones. Warren's got it, complete. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Herbert straight ahead. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Zaven Collins in on the tackle. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. Option give to Taylor. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. Defense holds yet again, and now it's 4th and a yard.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
They're going Taylor. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Out had the Cardinals now on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Murray here on 1st down. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Handoff goes to Connor, running left. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Connor on the option. And he's going to be bottled up after taking it down to the 43. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. And the Colts get to him. He goes down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
They'll punt it away again. Blake Gillikin coming back to the field. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you got to wonder if they're going to be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Jones looking to throw. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there. 2nd
down carry for Taylor. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now a give right side to Herbert. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 37. He's got Pierce.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd and short, he's taking the option right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
From the gun, here's Herbert. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there, no gain. And that was B.J. Ojulari on the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Jones now to throw. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. Completed over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Pistol now for Jones. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Again, Jones to the air. Finds him over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. The Colts looking for a score before halftime. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Pittman's got it. And he'll go down here at the 16.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. He'll throw it yet again. He's on the move. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts earn the chance to tie before halftime. Daniel Jones with a touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts tie this game 7-7. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. From the 35 on 2nd down. He's got him, that's McBride. And he's gonna go down right along the midfield stripe. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker. Cardinals in the hurry-up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Nearly an interception on that play, and it's going to be 2nd down. Back to the air, Murray. That pass is complete to McBride. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Murray to throw here on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we've reached the halftime break, and it's the Cardinals, the Redbirds, leading so far on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in just a moment. Want to remind everyone, this is week 2 of the preseason. These two teams will have one more tune-up after this next week, before the regular season gets started on the Thursday following Labor Day.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, the starters likely checked out for the final time. Time now for guys to make their case for roster spots as our second half is underway. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out come the Colts as they've got it to begin the second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. First throw for the backup now. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And he'll get this down to the 40. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. He's going to throw this one. Catch made by Mitchell. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That was Max Melton who hauled him down there. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking for a throw here. He has the first over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a gain of 4. And it'll be first down, Colts. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To throw it on first down. Into traffic, complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And now they have a 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
From the red zone now. Rolling left by. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Extra point attempt coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts take a 4-point lead. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They give on second to Benson. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Tune looking to throw. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. New series coming up following the punt. And they're going to take over possession. The Colts ready to take the field. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Pass play on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
3rd and long for him here. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 4th and long. On now comes their punter. Rigoberto Sanchez will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it'll be Cardinals football. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They give up the gut to Benson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. To throw, Tune. He'll get this one to Watkins. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Benson on the counter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Benson on 1st and 10. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Benson once more. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Tackle made by the rookie from Wisconsin. The Colts adding a man to the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. Staying on the ground with Benson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
This time it's a passing play. Has it in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Tune. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock, even if it would have been a touchdown. That was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact. That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Field goal attempts coming here from Chad Ryland. A very short kick here from the right hash. Badgley able to knock it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Has this at the 6. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Herbert on the give, headed left. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. They give to Herbert, running left. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. This finds Mitchell, complete. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals bring the interception back beyond the 40 before the tackle is made. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
The Cardinals offense making its way out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. Platoon setting up to throw. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
He's on the move. He's running for it.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
So for the third time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Badgley able to knock it through. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a third time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Colts offense set to head out. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Looking to the air here. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
This is the end of the third quarter. It's the Colts ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Back to the line they go. It's second down. On the ground, it's Herbert again. And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Finds the in route complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more, or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting? Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate, and we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Finds a man, right side.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate, and turns into a nice gain.
From the 23. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts take a fourth-quarter lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts jump in front now by 5. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Option play they give to Benson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
First down, and they go right back to him. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Give now to the running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this effort's going to give him an even half dozen tonight. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. The offense headed back to the field. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Herbert. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Again, they'll run with Herbert. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Herbert straight ahead. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
The Colts are ready for the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. Man, it'll be their football. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. It's Benson on the give. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. A give left side to Carter. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
The Cardinals out for the punt. Blake Gillikin will kick it away. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Colts will take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Finds him on the slant. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down, here's an option to the right. And he's brought down after a short gain. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Punting unit out now. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. The Cardinals and Trey Benson back out on offense. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on 2nd down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Now an inside give to Benson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
2nd and 8. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. They're set up at the 35 now. The give now to Benson. And he works it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after taking this to the 26. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A 1-yard gain on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona. Here's Toon. Complete out to the right. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 21. Hauled in left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Benson. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Toon looking to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Offense to the line for 2nd down. To throw, Toon. He brings it in. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here we go, 2nd and very long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. All right, 1 more snap before the 2-minute warning. He's back to throw. Able to get it to Benson. And he stopped after a gain of 3, so that's going to bring up 4th down and our 2-minute warning. Looking to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. And they do not get a desperately needed 1st down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A give to Herbert. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. He'll throw it. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
He gets it away now from his own end zone. He's got it near midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Cardinals will have themselves a short field to begin the drive. Here he is to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
This will be caught by Watkins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26, and that's a Cardinals first down.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face second down. He'll look to throw it. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Throwing now. He just throws this one away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. Lining up to take a knee on second down. The Colts in a victory formation as they kneel it down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Colts get the win at home inside of Lucas Oil. And they'll enter the final week of the preseason with a little momentum thanks to this victory. Ahead of that last tune-up before the games start to count. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indy.